Hey, what up? This is Brad with Home Love Construction, and we're about to shoot into a video about an entire bath remodel that we just completed in Pasco County. And before we shot into the video, I just wanted to give a little bit of context as far as what happened in the bathroom, what the before and after are, just in case it's not totally clear. And so what we did with this bathroom is the original master bathroom was way too small. The owner had no room, a tiny single vanity. As soon as you came in the door, you went right into the shower. And so what we did is we actually expanded the floor plan of the shower to allow the homeowner to be able to have a bathroom, essentially, more than just a shower, a tiny vanity, and a toilet. So we opened up the floor plan, reframed the shower, moved the drain over to actually relocate the entire shower, moved all the plumbing, and the end product was really fantastic. Now, before we go into the video, I wanted to just kind of clarify that if you watch this video and you enjoy this video, then I would highly encourage you to get in touch with us if there's any type of remodeling that you're interested in doing in your home. This video is made for the people who really want to go deep with our content, want to understand how we operate as a company, and are interested in Home Love Construction as a brand and us as a team. You know, if you really pay attention, you can see what our process is in this video, and you can see the attention to detail that we really take on the little things like getting our tile space correctly and getting that Schluter surround installed correctly so you have that lifetime warranty. So we're going to shoot into the vid. I hope you really enjoy it, and thank you for watching.
I just want to know what's going to happen when I go out.
It's the water that comes to the toilet. So what happened was when I tried to get my foot around here, I just kicked it open a little bit and it started spewing water out. So the reason we had to demo this master bathroom to such a large extent, and you can see we pulled the drywall off of the walls from about 48 inches down, is so that we can access mostly the plumbing, but also the electrical in the walls so that we can move our shower to where we want it to end up on the opposite side of the room. So you'll see us, you know, it'll cut in and out, but we're actually cutting a trench in the concrete slab that we're going to use to move the plumbing, that is the drain for the shower, and then we're going to move the supplies for the shower head through the wall. Just our plumber will route them through the exposed studs, and so that's really why it's in the condition that it is with all the studs exposed. Now, in addition to that, we actually added to the footprint. We took some dead space in the bedroom and combined it with what used to be a closet to actually create the new shower area, and we're reframing that closet. You'll see some clips of that. We're reframing the closet and drywalling it on the opposite side of this bathroom. So you'll see that's Thomas, the guy running the Sawzall, cutting away studs. What he's doing is he's making room right there to install a preformed niche in the shower, an inset shelf, basically a little pocket in the wall where you set your shampoo, body wash, whatever. As you'll see a little later in the video, I actually didn't know that this was going on, and it wasn't in the original plan or the original contract with the homeowner. The homeowner was on board with it, and frankly, it is a good idea to do that. We just hadn't planned on doing it, so I didn't have all the materials we were going to need. So you'll see later in the video how we recovered from that. And it's honestly a good opportunity to say that in remodeling, it's not a matter of whether something goes wrong. It's a matter of when it goes wrong, how do you respond? And honestly, that's what I think makes Home Love Construction different from other construction or remodeling companies is, look, we screw up just as much as everybody else, but I think our recovery rate and the way in which we recover, we, 9 times out of 10 land on our feet, the customer's happy, and that's really our competitive advantage from my viewpoint. Another thing that you'll see as you're watching this video is that's actually me, Brad, running what's called a demolition saw. That's that big blue machine that I'm holding, well, half holding. And so what that's actually doing is cutting away the slab, and it uses basically just a huge chipping blade and chips away a bit by bit the concrete to cut out, and then we used our mini jackhammer to jackhammer out the trench just to make room for our plumber. We went actually 12 inches wide, so the plumber has room to get the pipe in and then to put his hands around the pipe to install any fittings that he needs to go ahead and move that shower drain. The thing that comes along with framing, especially an interior wall, is that you have to install drywall on both sides of it. So this job really encompassed a ton of drywall work, and you'll see Cody, our drywall finisher, putting a ton of mud on the walls. He had to float out a lot of these walls significantly because we were matching plaster, which is an uneven thickness, to 1/2 inch drywall, which is very uniform. And we really want to achieve a smooth drywall finish. So he put a lot of mud on these walls, and a lot of time went into getting these walls perfect and nice and flat and smooth before we applied texture to them. So we had a little bit of an unexpected cutout in the shower when we got there this morning. Not a big deal. So the nice thing about using a Schluter system is they kind of have a piece made for any situation. So a cutout niche exists. They actually sell it at Lowe's, which is pretty awesome. I don't like Lowe's, but Lowe's, you came through on this one. So we ran to Lowe's, got that, got a little extra banding material to seal the seams. We adjust and we keep going.
Why do I feel different, feel different, I don't know. Middle fingers up to anybody, say that I won't blow. Deal with it, deal with it, or hit the road. IDGAF, I'm done being Mr. Simpatico. Feel different, feel different, I don't know. Middle fingers up to anybody, say that I won't blow. Deal with it, deal with it, or hit the road. IDGAF, I'm done being Mr. Simpatico.
So once we got our drywall in and our walls all closed up, the next step is to start our waterproofing. And for this shower, we used a Schluter Curdy membrane cloth that's adhered to the walls with unmodified thinset in order to achieve a waterproof barrier between the actual shower and the drywall that's behind it. You'll see we went completely just straight onto unfinished drywall with this material. We didn't even have to put cement board behind it, just straight onto 1/2 inch drywall. So I'm a huge fan of this product. It's super versatile. It's a pretty steep learning curve. The first time somebody uses it, they're typically very angry and frustrated, but it's part of the process, and it really is a great product. So you'll see here, one of our best carpenters, John Hill, is who we had install this. He is going to spread the thinset on the walls, with the flat side of his trowel to quote unquote burn it into the substrate, and then he'll pull his notches out of it.
Thinking, is it even worth it? Convincing you that I'm worth your attention. Like, look at me, stop scrolling and hit the like button. Love it like a McDouble with bread and butter on the come up, cause I got a rebuttal for everybody. Make them shut up when I'm waving the gun at the head and put a brrrr. My gat is the funnel to heaven, putting my back on city, this, that, on Wibby. Think about the past like, damn, I miss it, but I don't wanna go back. I'm full steam ahead, locomotive's gonna have me drop dead trying to get it.
Once the walls are completely covered in the shower area with the Curdy membrane, we take care of all of our seams. Either we overlap the cloth or we install banding material to cover the seams. And then we move on to our pan, which the slab in this bathroom actually was a little bit uneven, and unfortunately it sloped away from the drain on that back wall. So we had to build up a little bit of thinset around the outside of the pan. The pan is pretty sloped, but it's not such an extreme slope that it'll necessarily make up for an uneven substrate. So we just went ahead and took care of that ourselves and leveled the floor with thinset before we actually put our pre-sloped floor down. And you'll see me doing that along with Thomas and then Mary Beth. that's our pre-sloped floor. That's that styrofoam looking stuff that I get up and dance on. Once that's actually down, we cover even that with that waterproofing membrane, and then we put the pre-foamed styrofoam curb right up against it and even wrap that in the waterproofing membrane, and then we do our inside and outside corners there, and that achieves what Schluter requires to warranty that surround against water damage for the lifetime of the product. So you will remodel your bath. I mean, you'll get sick of the tile before that ever leaks, or Schluter replaces it, essentially, is their guarantee. And so we enjoy having a large company like that backing their products so in such a resolute manner. So that's why we've chosen to start using Schluter products in our shower surrounds. Now, if you're interested in getting into the nitty-gritty details of how, yeah, I know I went into a lot of it, but it's really a super detailed process. If you want to get into that, we actually made a whole video while we were doing this bathroom on how to properly install a Schluter surround. So I'll link that up in the description below. Check it out if you want to see the real fine details of how it's done. And really, now that the ugly parts, the behind the scenes kind of stuff of getting the drywall in and waterproofing, now that that's all done, we kind of get to where the finishing starts happening and it kind of starts to look like what the finished product is going to be. You'll see frankly our best tile installer. Props to you, John. John Hill, just going at it here, putting in this subway tile surround. And as you can tell, it is a meticulous, you might say mind-numbing job. This is a big surround. It's a lot of tiles. And yeah, it really just took a long time to get all these in. It took about probably 20 man hours to actually get all these tiles set with that accent band in there. But as you're gonna see here in a few minutes, the finished product was like blow your mind, crazy awesome. So you'll see John installed all the subway tiles up to, I think, just above where the shower valve was. And then he went ahead and did the accent band, which was fantastic. That was the customer's choice. I loved it. It's a subtle accent, but it's a big difference in texture. And that's what we really like to do with our accent bands, is not necessarily that different in color, but different in texture. Those white subway tiles are glazed and a super nice shiny surface. And then that accent band, although it still is finished and is a polished surface, it's a little more matte, and the texture of the actual surface totally deflects the light differently, which gives it really a clean accent, but it's still noticeable. And we even put it in the unplanned preformed niche, which was just an awesome added little aesthetic bonus. So after the wall tile in the shower was basically finished, John actually came down with pneumonia for a few days. So while he was out of commission, we had another finisher come in, and we went ahead and put down that awesome wood look tile floor. We installed the wainscot around the bottom half of the bathroom walls, and then we installed chair rail on top of that, and then a nice big baseboard down at the bottom. When it all came together, there was a lot of white in this bathroom. So with that white vanity, the lighter subway tiles, the white accent, the white wainscot, and props to the customer, honestly, because she had the foresight of choosing a nice dark gray for her wall color that really brought it all down and balanced the whole look of the bathroom. After recovering from pneumonia, John came back and finished the shower floor with a pebble bed tile, and this look has become crazy popular in bathroom remodeling, and we get requests for it all the time. We sell it to our customers all the time, and I personally am always pumped whenever a customer decides to go with this style of shower floor, because the end product just is miles better than a standard square mosaic tile. And to be fair to the installers, the square mosaic tile is easier to work with. This pebble bed, you'll see John's trying to piece little pieces together, and it's really an art. It's harder to cut than square tile, but the finished product, again, is just night and day better than a standard square shower floor. So you'll see John did a fantastic job of getting his edges nice and square wherever we meet the wall and where we meet the drain, and the end product was just amazing, as always. So we have all of our tile in, all of our edge trim is in. The final step in this surround, before the plumber comes in and tops it out, is to grout everything. Now, grout is it's a pain, it's messy, it is really time consuming and can be super frustrating, but it is that super, super, super important last piece that really completes a surround and waterproofs it, that last final step, to where it really will last 20 years. You'll have no water intrusion issues at all, because the grout is really made to fill any joints, and it packs, when installed correctly, it's packed in there so tight that just no significant amount of water can move through it. It all wicks down the wall and down into the drain where it's supposed to go. So John did a fantastic job of grouting the surround. I actually inspected it myself, and I couldn't find any underfilled spots at all. So he used a Mapei FA grout, which is actually fast setting. So this customer could have showered in this shower, if the plumbing was done, later that night after we finished grouting it. And the nice thing about the FA is it gives the look of an unsanded grout with the strength of and durability of a sanded grout, and you can fill larger grout joints with an FA grout. So we're starting to use FA a lot more. If you're a contractor or a kind of a DIYer and you haven't checked out Mapei's FA grout products, I would highly recommend this. This isn't a sponsored ad or anything. It's just, it is a good product. I would recommend that you check it out. After all of our touch-up was taken care of, the showers grouted, we had our plumber and electrician make a trip out to just finish all of their little pieces. The plumber put on the shower trim, set the toilet, installed the sinks, installed the faucets. The electrician put up the light fixtures, finished that can light, installed all the finished decor outlets, and everything we needed to really finish off this bathroom. This total bathroom remodel, from the start of demolition to the day that the plumber got there and the electrician and we totally finished up, was 3 weeks and 1 day. So that's 16 working days that we completely demoed, reframed, and completely transformed this bathroom. The finished product really, this was one of those bathrooms that we're just gonna plaster Facebook with, because it just came out so well. So if you like the way that this bathroom looks and you're interested in potentially having a bathroom or some part of your home remodeled, especially a kitchen, bathroom, or an addition, I would really encourage you to get in touch with us. We're massively active on Facebook. If you message us on there, we will get back to you. If you leave a comment on this video, someone will see it and we'll get in touch, and we would love to hear from you, because potentially we could be the company that is best suited to conduct your remodel. All of our estimates are always free. You know, we're happy to just educate the public on remodeling and construction in general. So again, don't hesitate to get in touch. This has been a proud presentation of Home Love Construction. Thank you for watching.